What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the other side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest of cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon
What's up? What's up?
and LeVon Maynard.
Hey, welcome to the show.
What is going on? So, welcome to another episode of the show. Definitely continue to tune in. Like I said, the previous episode, see the numbers going up. Continue to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Monday and Tuesday are topics. Wednesday, we have a discussion. Thursdays, we can do Ask Us SP, where we talk to people breaking into cybersecurity. So we haven't had one of those in a while. So hopefully I can line something up the next couple of weeks. And then Friday, we talk about everything else, right? It's the weekly rundown, movies, books, TV shows, all that good stuff. So definitely continue to subscribe each week. And with that being said, I give it to LeVon.
Yes, sir. So this episode looks like we have an article from infosecurity-magazine.com by Phil Muncaster. This one's titled FBI Warns U.S. Farmers of Ransomware Surge. So it says here that the U.S. food supply chains are at risk of potentially devastating ransomware attacks. The FBI has warned. A new private industry notification sent out this week claimed that agricultural cooperatives may be viewed as attractive targets during the planting and harvesting seasons. Attacks could cause financial losses, operational disruption, and impact the food supply chain. Given that grain is also used for animal feed, compromises at dairy and meat processing facilities can lead to delays, which result in spoiled products that the notice explained. So essentially, this article is just kind of describing some of the situations that could potentially affect farmers. Obviously, we know the whole Ukraine-Russian thing's going on right now. They even mentioned it towards the end of the article. We talked about this on the last episode as well, the Five Eyes intelligence group. They actually this week issued a detailed alert outlining mitigating steps alongside the threat techniques used by both Russia's state and cybercrime groups. So these groups are out there, and I think Russia is actually a big supplier of grain, if I remember correctly. I thought I read some articles about that before, but it seems like some of these hackers are trying to attack our grain supplies as well. Can potentially, affect food supplies, as I mentioned before, that a lot of the obviously the animals themselves require the grain to feed and then produce like dairy and other products. But the fact that they're being targeted is a big concern. Just as we always mention, ransomware is one of the biggest hacks out there nowadays, and it seems to be affecting a lot of different industries and a lot of the critical infrastructure, as we mentioned in the last episode. But yeah, they're coming after the farmers. You can't no one's safe. Even the farmers that may not even use that much technology as it is, they may be susceptible to these hacks. But I'll turn it over to you, Shannon. What you think about this one?
So this was interesting to me because I wouldn't think to go that far back when it comes to doing stuff, right? So like what we mentioned before in the previous one, we kind of had a glancing mention of man. Don't make me say BTS again. JBS. I keep wanting to say BTS. I don't know why. JBS, right? But that's after that's like with distribution of food. It's already been packaged, right? Like that's farther along in the process, of food preparation. This right here, they're talking about getting interrupting these cooperatives before they even plant the seeds, right? So it's like, wow, I wouldn't even think going that far back, which is smart. Like if you're a hacker, right? Like if you really want to disrupt someone's food supply, get it before it gets even in the ground, right? When it comes to, your wheat, your corn, your rice, things of that nature, kind of staples, you know what I mean, that we have with everything. So that was interesting to me. The other thing they talked about in here, and the fact that the FBI has to put this out there. I mean, I know we do it. It seems like every week, right? But the recommendations they put out there was regular patching, right? And then LeVon's favorite, multi-factor authentication, right? Disabling RDP ports and improving employee cybersecurity awareness. Like it seems like every week we're hitting on at least one of those things, right? But here we are again, where the FBI is like, okay, let's mention this again. Like, this is what we need, right? Let's do this, you know, which is the normal cybersecurity stuff. We say normal. I shouldn't say normal because, you know, us being in IT, yes, to us it's normal, but to regular Joe Schmo out there, right, or Jane Schmo, it may not be the normal thing to think about. But yeah, this was interesting. Like they're getting more crafty in what they attack now when it comes to doing these different types of things. And again, I hope it makes us smarter, right? I hope it makes us more forward thinking, not be so much on the defensive, but be you know, thinking more I don't want to say offensively, but planning a little bit better to say, okay, let's not wait, be more reactive, I guess is what I should say.
More prepared.
Yeah, be more prepared and not so reactive to everything. That's what I'm looking for. But yeah, Ryan, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because it makes me think about the farm industry differently. Because in my mind, you know, you think of a small or not small, but you think more rural. You think like people who do this on a regular basis, like feed not only America but the rest of the world. But no, the farming is advanced a lot, like technologically, and then a lot of these what we believe to be small farmers are actually like really big companies that have to deal with the same things that any other company had to deal with. You have employees who may become, unbeknownst to them, insider threats, you know, phishing attacks, ransomware, which can disrupt their schedules. Because if you think about what happened to Colonial Pipeline, it was kind of indirect. It wasn't a direct attack at the SCADA systems. It was logistics that suffered the most, which caused the trucks not go out in time, which caused people to panic. And then you got, like LeVon mentioned in last article, you got people putting gas in trash bags at some point. Like, it's a very slippery slope
Right.
before you get there. So same thing with this, right? Like, people panic and then they might rush the stores to buy up all the meat and what have you before there's a shortage or a supply constraint. Like, think COVID with the toilet paper. Like, sometimes things don't make sense, but people just buy into the madness. So definitely something that a good thing that Five Eyes put it out there. A good thing that the FBI is pushing the farmers to do something about it. I'm sure at some point this will also be pulled into the critical infrastructure, because not only if you are a water treatment plant or a gas pipeline, but if you're feeding people, right? Like, this is an industry that has to be protected as well. So I'm sure they'll also fall into a lot of the new federal regulations where companies have to report ransomware at certain time frames and breaches at a certain time frame. Same thing's going to happen to the farming industry at some point, because yeah, people don't get fed. There's a problem, right? So it's interesting. I think it's going to go a long way. Like, perhaps the industry was not taking care of themselves as well as others when it came to the patching, vulnerability management, all that good stuff. So now they have to step up their game, because now they're a target. Especially now, like we keep talking about, like there's a complete, like a whole war going on between Russia and Ukraine, and the ripple effect is hitting all of us in some capacity. So this one definitely is an interesting perspective. So I definitely enjoyed this conversation. So that probably sums it up for this episode. Again, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like, even if you don't leave a comment, like, please leave a comment. But even if you don't leave a comment, then at least push our stuff to somebody else. It only takes you a second to copy the link address and then forward it to one of your friends on social media. So definitely do that. Hit up all of our social medias. They all go by our name. So Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. You can hit me up personally. I'm at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy. I'm on Clubhouse, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok. And you, LeVon?
Yes, sir. You can hit me up on Twitters at LeVon Maynard.
There it is. Stay safe, stay secure.
Take care.